Hi, he's Joel. I'm back again, and after he had his of a little bit, a few took a little break here, and I had to take care of some things, and a little bit of traveling in there. But I'm back with a new video today that's going to be posting on the channel, and right before the break, I had prepared a subject that I wanted to cover. And the subject I wanted to cover was talking about customer service in general. Obviously, in a country like the United States, customer service is involving everything, right? We're talking about services and products, businesses, fast food, retail, all kinds of business, even government contracting, right? The delivery of service, the deployment, quote unquote, of the statement of work, how the client perceive, the way we deliver the system, we deploy the work. All that comes into how is the customer service. Um, I just don't want to talk about customer service. It's because of my personal experience as well, and I wanted to cover some things that I noticed. And so this video is really for people that out there have some businesses where they put people out to deliver a product or service. All these fast food restaurants and people talking to the window. Um, I've experienced different things, and I'm sure a lot of people have experienced things that they want to talk about. So I decided, hey, want to cover that in a general way. So not really in a venting or anything like that. For me, it's always about business improvement and processes, and be able to again add value and create value. And so before I get into it, I wanted to put a disclaimer that um, while it is extremely hard to please everyone, right? We're all customers. We've been customers, and but also a lot of us have been the people delivering the service. And I know it's complex dealing with human beings and human nature. A lot of times people are dealing with stuff, and they know what to do, but the emotions are beyond what they know what to do, and so therefore they don't deliver what they expect to deliver. So, but with that said, there's still the responsibility of people out there with businesses to make sure that they deliver quality, outstanding customer service, because that's where the business is supposed to thrive from. Repeated service, repeated business, loyalty over the years, sustainability of business growth and increase. And therefore, I wanted to talk about a few things about customer service quality and excellence, and what are the things and the reason why sometimes it tends to be watered down over the years. You start seeing people not sticking to what they were trained, right, when they were hired. Here are the guidance and the service, customer service standards and everything, but over the year, everybody just do whatever. After a while people get comfortable, but anyway, I'll talk about some of the things in sections about how that happens and what needs to be done, in order to improve and to pick that back up. And number one thing I want to talk about is in outstanding customer experience. What are the things I included? Obviously, as a list, we have the offering, right? The offering that the business has is the product, the service, right? To fill the need, and the needs have to be filled qualitatively and quantitatively, if I can get the word out. In other words, you have to find satisfaction in quantity and in quality. Let's just say it that way. Okay, and so that has to be a satisfaction. Well, if I walk in there, I want 10. If you only have two, and I walk out of there, I'm not happy, right? So, and then if the product is also not good quality, obviously that's a different part of the discussion, the subject. Um, and then part of customer experience is also the follow up, right? We have the follow up. Um, Follow up is important. Follow up, obviously, we've heard about a follow up in sales, follow up in customer service in general that has a product. You want to know how the client, that bought a product from you, how they're doing, if they like it, if they are, if it possibly they will be able to do business with you again. If they have concern, what they are, and you listen, you take notes, things like that, because you want to continue to find a certain um, ability to have the customer come back, which is the loyalty, right? Increase loyalty, okay, and increase satisfaction as well. The environment is also part of customer service, right? I mean, businesses out there where you have to walk into a place of business in order to find a product or get the service. The environment, the design, up to the design, everything is part of the customer experience. You have to make sure that you do whatever it takes to make the place comfortable, to make the place enjoyable. If it's a, we've seen all those cafes and where people sit down, and it's a whole experience. That's part of the satisfaction, right? And the little add-on services that people can enjoy when they're at your place of business. That's also part of the customer service delivery, and make sure that that's up to par, right? And we're talking about a product, but now also the offering can also be a service, right? It's not a physical product, it's a service, and that's one of the biggest one where customer service experience is huge, because when it's the service, then customer experience is even more important. Customer service quality, because there's an interaction where you're probably gonna have to talk more than to just hand a product to somebody and collect the money, right? That's easier for people to just sell something, right? They just stand there, watch you. They don't even say hello. You just pick something and you walk back out to the register. But they are there to be able to say hi and ask you how you doing. Finding everything okay. Can I help you with anything? You don't see that anymore that much. Walking this place, people are just walking past you like frisbees. It's like, wow, okay. You just grab what you want, and all these experiences has led me to be able to talk about those things a little bit. Um, so I mean, each and every time there has to be customer experience, right? And you have to keep the standards high. The biggest challenge in customer service is where training and professionalism is required, um, and definitely when there's an issue to resolve, right? I think all companies fall flat on their face when there's a problem with the product and or there was a problem with the service. Unhappiness, unsatisfaction is something to address, and that's where the true quality of the training, the cream of the crop, or whatever, of the quality of the people that you have in your business, in your store, on the phone, on the call center, wherever, is when there's an issue to resolve. That's the biggest place where people fall flat on their face, and that's where the training comes into play. That's where the quality of people come into play. All right, it's your responsibility as a business to make sure you don't only focus on customer service when everything is great. You focus on how to handle objections, problems, resolve issues, and it has to be done in a professional, respectful, and you have to find people that are patient, right, to continue to deliver that quality, outstanding wow that I call customer service, because that's what's going to get into you. People come back, people hear them out, right? Talking about your business out there, social media, right? This is the big one. It's becoming one of the biggest PR and advertising medium of the 21st century. Social media. People are talking about you, talking about your projects, using their following to come and talk about your product, and then everybody else that's following them turn around and go buy from you, right? And that's exactly what's going on right now. So customer service is huge. They have companies like, I don't want to say the name of the company here, but where you can go do reviews, of a restaurant, of a place that you visited. It's important that customer service is paramount, that customer service, outstanding quality, excellence of customer service is followed. Now I want to get real quick, because this video can get long very fast, because there's so much to. But I have a tip here. The number one thing when you mess up in business, where there's a customer service and a product, I've watched this, but a lot of companies, people don't even apologize anymore. They don't. Oh, I'm sorry. We are so sorry, sir. We apologize that you experienced it this way. We apologize that this happened. I'm gonna take a quick personal experience, real quick. We went, my family and I, on a getaway in this resort, recently. And for some reason, when we got into our section, our apartment, nothing was working. I mean, it's almost like we picked the apartment where nothing was working. The microwave wasn't working, the lights, the phone, I mean, everything. There was a problem with everything. And so we pick up the phone, we call the service, and we get this lady on the phone, and she picks up the phone, and obviously, um, we decided, we were positive, right? We weren't like the whining and yelling type of people. We just kind of say, hey, by the way, we're working here. It's almost like a lot of things are not working. And then we could tell she picked up a piece of paper on the other side. Number one, she didn't apologize. She didn't say, oh, sorry about the fact that you guys working to, oh, you guys just got here today. We're so sorry that your first experience is this. Here's what we're going to do to resolve this. We apologize, and actually I'm going to talk to the management and see what we can do, maybe for you guys to check out, or the day we're leaving. None of that. She just took a piece of paper and then wrote, okay, this is not working, that is not working. All right, okay, we'll have somebody tomorrow morning at 9. And I was like, okay, wow. All right, I'm definitely doing a video on customer service. This is where the seeds of this video started. But and then it's not the only place. I mean, I've several places people don't even apologize. And number one, apologize, right? For the company. You are a representation of the company. You are the face of a company. Even if you think I'm this employee working at maybe this large company that has 50,000 employees, I'm just one employee. No, you are the representation of the company. You are the face of the company. So every single employee should behave in a way that they are the representation of the company. And therefore their behavior and demeanor, right? It's a representation of the company. So many people don't remember that these days. They just don't apologize, and it's amazing to me. And then acknowledge the complaint, right? Wow, we're sorry that that doesn't work. This, that in my example, for example, doesn't work. We're gonna make sure that you get that fixed immediately. We're really sorry about that. As a matter of fact, it's a little bit late right now, but if we had enough time, we would send some people right away and stuff. So we apologize. We can only do that tomorrow in the morning, right? This is the kind of customer service you want to hear. You can go back to those places and happily go back and say, hey, they did their best and they were good, right? And always thank people for the business. Some people, you come and buy something for them, you walk away, they just look at you, walk away like you never did anything, right? Thank people for the business. Welcome suggestion. Put out surveys. Continuously find out what people think about your business. Continuously do surveys. And here's the other one. Evaluate the surveys. Study the surveys, study the responses, and see how you can improve. You see company hiring third-party company to do surveys, but they don't even do anything with it. They don't really actually improve it. What's the point, right? Use the survey to make the company better, because that shows that you really care. Don't do it just to show people that you have a service system, and then in the back end, nothing is really being done to follow up with the objective of the survey, which is to improve the quality of service, improve the quality of the business, and continue to grow. When the quality improves, revenue go up, right? People come back. There's a loyalty. People go talk about the business in other places on social media, and your business increases. That's the objective. What's the objective of good customer service? Is to get the business, to increase the business, right? To get more revenue and to sustain the company over time, right? So it doesn't go in the drains after a year or two, right? You want a company that's going to last 10, 15, 20, 50 years because the customer service is solid, the product is solid, there's R&D in place to be able to diversify and give different type of avenue of product to people, okay? So what are some of the challenges of customer service? Let's cover that real quick, because I wanted to talk about the normalization of mediocre customer service. Wow. See, over time, with no enforcement and not properly addressing complaints, the service can continue to erode, right, and become mediocre. Management needs to take any type of feedback seriously and adjust accordingly. I understand employees are needed, but in times where it is needed, discipline needs to be enforced. Up to separation, right? With those people that don't want to follow the customer service standard of the company. You have to be serious about that. Another thing that I found out that's a little bit interesting in customer service, the length of service of some employees in some companies, right? Obviously, over time, they started very excited when they just got hired, right? They're working and showing. After 4, 5, 6, 7 years, you start to feel that, get discomfort that start to happen, right? Oh, I've been in the company a while, and now, you know, the excitement and the enthusiasm of the beginning started to kind of like fizzle away, like an open can of Coke that nobody touched, but just opened, right? It started fizzling when it just get hired. After what, people kind of like, kind of fade away in the excitement. Um, However, it must be delivered. Customer service must be delivered. It doesn't matter how long you've been with the company. Customer service, it has to be delivered through the years, right? And through all these points that we discussed at the beginning when we're talking about the offering and the service, and all that has to be done, right? The company has to be refreshed from time to time. If it's more of like an experience type of business where people sit, enjoy, you have to change it over time. Over the years, you change the things, you change the colors, you change the you change all the furniture. Like, you have to revamp all the time, every a year, 2 years, because it has to remain fresh. So you can't get complacent, right? Regardless of the business you are in, with the customer experience, the customer satisfaction. Customer centric businesses, you have to focus on customers all the time. The offerings, what's new on the market, what else can I give, what are the add-ons of services, how can I expand the offering. You have to continue to do that, otherwise you're going to be left behind. You're going to be left behind by everybody else that's doing that, right? Customer service, revamp your workforce, that deal with customer service on a regular basis. You have to have a rotating employment strategy for people that are facing clients. That is very important, because people that face clients, they sit there, they do the same job. I'm just going to take the example of the hospitality industry. People working at the front desk, or they've been at that front desk for 15 years. I mean, when you walk in there, they're literally slouching from the back end and coming in. It was like, wow, not even hi, welcome. So it's like, hey, you have a reservation? Like, really? I mean, we need to change these people. They're great people, right? But you need, like, when people start getting called, you need to move them around. That's why I truly believe that you have to get people to get out of those positions after 2, 3, 4 years and go do something else with the company, or in the same building, whatever hotel, and do something different. Promote people. Put in place a program, a system that systematically will promote people. It's going to be beneficial to them because they're going to make more money and they're going to have more challenges, right? Promote people. Yeah, you got to deserve to be promoted. Yeah, but put in place a system that will make them automatically being promotable, quote unquote, right? It has to be done, so that you can revamp. You can get new people standing in the front desk after a year, like somebody new, after a year and a half. Like, you need to do that circulation, in employment. People get complacent and comfortable. That's how the customer service fizzle away. And you lose that excitement that people want to come to your business, and they go talk bad about your business because of that bad experience. That guy that didn't have his coffee in the morning and he's been working for the company for 10 years, doing the same thing, right? Oh my God, same thing day in and day out. Well, it's because it's not their business. So, they don't own the business. So a lot of time, that's why we say when you don't own the business, and that's a mindset, right? And that's a different story. This is the longest video today, but it's very exciting. What else can we talk about? Revamp the business. If you own, right? If you run or manage that business, it is a good way to promote or fire. Firing is not new in business. It unfortunately nobody wants to do that, but there's some time where if it's inevitable, right? Firing needs to happen again, still to keep that business fresh. We need new people. Firing has to happen really as a last resort. I mean, firing is something that you have to have in place a system for. A lot of companies are not even that patient, but you have to do that. You can turn a place into a very bad place to work or whatever. But it has to happen very sporadically, and there has to be a progressive, system in place in order to get up to termination, mostly for service or quality of service and things like that. Because they have to understand the importance of customer service. That's something that's very key. When people walk in the door, if I'm managing and I understand how important customer service is to the type of business or the industry, it has to be something very clear to everyone, that customer service is something you just can't play with here, right? It has to be delivered all the time, each day. You gotta get whatever it takes, right? One of the other challenges of customer service is what? My return video is probably this long because it's all the stuff that I want to talk about. I didn't talk about. So 20 minutes, it's a long time, but it's very important. It's a good nugget in here. Company growth over time. One of the other challenges with customer service, disappearing or being watered down, customer service quality. There's always customer service. It's the quality that we're talking about. The company gets larger, right? The merging with another company, M&A, or the acquisition, and then all of a sudden, this is another one, right? A company with a good culture, a good customer service culture, and then you acquire this small business where it was absolutely ridiculous, still kind of in the same industry, but they had a crappy customer service, crappy delivery, and all of a sudden it's almost like an infection that you're getting from the purchase or the merger. So you have to make sure that you do your due diligence, the type of culture in terms of the quality of the people as well, the system of the customer service and delivery. Make sure that it's kind of at the same level or even better than yours, so you guys can merge and do something. Or if you do that, you have to make sure that you don't compromise. Don't compromise for your customer service, because you just got larger. It has to continue to refresh that culture with everybody else that is new, that's coming from the new company, for the new acquisition. Right? You have to understand from the get-go how important customer delivery and customer service is to the company, and people have to adhere to that, or they have to be shown the door, because that's just how it is. It has to be done, right? Customer service is so important. And then, believe it or not, one of the reasons I'm getting to the end is the drop in recurring mandatory training in companies. I've seen a lot of companies, hopefully, thankfully, do a very good job with mandatory training, annual training. Some places do it twice a year, but some places don't even do it. They kind of drop it, or they don't even have it on a regular basis. But I think companies have been doing pretty good about the mandatory training, and they understand that it's a requirement. But some companies have dropped it. They dropped the ball doing mandatory training and refreshing the training on a regular basis. But regular surveys and reviews, customer calls, and other ways would be used to ensure congruences of the two. Continuously improve offering, right? Continuously improve offering, continuously improve the product, improve the quality, improve the experience, improve the environment. And that's going to continue to make sure that the business is growing. Most importantly, you have to find a way to be able to be expert at handling customer complaints in a way that would maintain the business and actually even grow the business, because of how good the customer handling, the company's handling of complaint has been, right? And then I'm ending with this: make it a cultural thing. We talk about culture, corporate culture is the new thing, right? What's the culture over there, and what's the culture, corporate thing? I'm actually going to make a video about corporate culture and talk about culture and corporate, what that is, and why it is so important. If you make customer service, outstanding customer service, a cultural thread, right? One of the cultural thread of the fabric that makes the company's culture. Customer service experience and quality, and it's part of the culture. It's woven in the fabric of the culture. then that company is always going to be a strong company, right? They're always going to have enough business. They're always going to have a sustainable company, sustainable revenue that continue to grow. And then it's going to be an impact player in whatever industry that company is going to be. Because if you make outstanding customer service part of the culture of the company, then everybody that gets hired, they understand that from the get-go. And they are told that this is how it is here in whatever the business is. Now, the other thing, how do you make to ensure that it's also through the leadership, right? The leadership of the company. If it's a large company, the leadership pass it on to the next leadership until it gets to all the employees of the company, and they understand what's important, and it comes from the top, right? This company, we don't play with customer service and customer experience, customer quality and delivery, and we put in place anything that we need. We'll put in place to make sure, whether it's structural, systems wise, whatever, training, quality of people, so that we make sure that we keep that customer service to the highest, right? We weed out anyone or anything that doesn't want to align into that, behind that mission of having one of the best of the industry in terms of customer service. And I think that if that is taken care of, your company is going to be thriving, right? You're going to be around for 25 to 50 years. And that's exactly what I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully that's going to help. Coming up in the next video pretty soon. This time it's not going to be a drop off because I'm totally back, and I'm going to be posting different subjects going forward, and it's going to be way shorter than this one. It's going to be again in the 14 to 15 minute range that I have in my other videos. All right, it was nice coming back and talking to you guys, and hopefully you guys have a great night and a great day. Bye.